So it's just the few of us today? No Raj?
Yeah, he can join when he comes on.
Yeah. Alright.
How many does it say watching? It says 3, right? So that's all 3 of us. Well, I don't think I'm counted because that without me that would be.
I was testing the audio, it's fine. Yeah, I think so. Right, so we wait for
We'll wait for like a couple of minutes. Let's like when it's
right.
10:02, we start talking properly.
Alright.
I mean, আমরা নিজেরাই তো discuss করিনি what we saw last night
Yeah.
properly.
Uh-huh. I
Well,
mean me and Rafi kind of did, I guess. Yeah.
তোর কি ব্যাটম্যানের প্যানেল পর্যন্ত দেখছোস?
Yeah. Yeah.
আচ্ছা, I'm going to talk about that when we get to that. এখন কথা বলে লাভ নেই। So what was the panel thing? First one was Wonder Woman 84, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we start with. Yeah, then we have an agenda, like sort of like we can follow that and do that.
Mm-hmm.
I keep forgetting I have to press this to be heard.
What, are you on push to talk?
Yeah, I kept myself on push to talk for the stream, not for Discord.
Okay. I'm gonna watch the new the new Superman animated movie tonight. I thought
Oh, very good, sir.
Yeah. I thought I'm podcast আগে দেখে রাখবো because I want to.
Wait, which one?
Man of Tomorrow.
Man of Tomorrow.
What the fuck?
Archer animation style যেটাতে. Which looks really janky to me, but like apparently people are liking it. So
yeah, if it works, it works, you know.
Like trailer looked fine. The thicker, the bolder lines take a bit getting used to, but it doesn't look bad.
It looks very flash animation to me, but very low level. I mean, the art style is great. It's cel shaded and everything, but আমার কাছে খুব ওই rigging করা animation লাগে। something stiff or janky লাগে।
I mean, it's probably done like that.
Because it feels like যে you know those like cutouts ছিল না pins দিয়ে shoulders এ বসায় and ইয়েতে বসায় and then you can like old school type of animation. It feels like that a little bit. So it doesn't feel natural already. All right, let's go. Hello guys, whoever is on here with us tonight, thank you for tuning in. As you know, we were supposed to do this yesterday, but গতকালকে আমরা করতে পারিনি because we wanted to watch Fandome, which started at 11. So technically we could have done it at 10 and then started watching Fandome at 11. But
this was easier. Watching the whole Fandome and then talking about it.
So that would actually give us more stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
So as always, I'm Munazil.
I'm Rafi.
I'm Rodro.
And we need to establish a pecking order. It's me, then Rafi, then Rodro. Right. Okay. So yeah, that's us. We're Thwip, and today, hey FKU, and today we're gonna talk about Fandome, which was DC's বিয়ের অনুষ্ঠান. DC সবাইকে ডাকছিল.
Genuine question: is it Fandome or am I supposed to say Fandome?
I call it Fandome with a B at the end.
But like actually,
I mean that's the colloquial term. Like what's the formal term?
I think it's called Fandome. Like everybody calls it Fandome.
Everyone says Fandome, right? But that's not it. There's an E at the end that makes it dome.
It's probably Fandome. Okay, somebody's getting a message. Probably
Yeah, I'm
me.
throwing my phone away. I mean,
All
not
right.
Not me.
literally.
Not me.
Just
So yeah, we're gonna talk about what we saw in fandom last night. Probably not talk about some of the other stuff like Jim Lee looking at other people's art and talking about that shit or
Is this smarter
CNN's.
for us to like go chronologically? I guess.
Yeah, we'll go
yeah.
we'll follow whatever happened chronologically, and we'll talk about stuff that actually interested us and skip over the parts that did not. So the first thing that they actually showed was the Wonder Woman panel. So Wonder Woman panel dekha, my takeaway was the fact that Chris Pine is a boomer. He does not know
He
how to,
kept shoving his head into the camera.
like
The
he
poor
does
guy.
not webcam kemne use korte hoy. So
Yeah.
all we saw was like half his face.
And Pedro Pascal's probably way too used to having a helmet over his head. He did not know how to emote.
Kono emotion nahi. I don't think he was following the conversation as well. I think he has a
Nah,
language
he
barrier
just
problem.
kept switching his facial expression like he doesn't know how what expression to have.
The other thing that Amra we took away from it, that it is a spiritual successor to Cats, and we saw Taylor Swift as a cast member from Cats at the end of the trailer. But I don't get it. Like আমার comic book cheetah origin খেয়াল নাই. Was she made? I thought she was a mythological character as well. Like
No,
'cause
it's um as far as the continuity in Rebirth goes, like her origin is that she was a scientist who was Diana's friend, and then
আচ্ছা,
some kind of like relic
Then
made
a
her
radioactive
cursed.
cat bit her. Did a
No,
radioactive
no,
cat
like
bite her?
some kind of mythological relic made like ended up getting her cursed. So she's a cheetah because of the curse.
আচ্ছা,
I forgot
because
what goddess or whatever it was related to,
in the
but yeah.
movie it looks like Maxwell Lord has some kind of wish granting ability machine or whatever, and he's granting wishes left and right. I'm thinking Chris Pine omni kore back kore je, he gives wish grant kore Diana, and she's like, I want Chris Pine back, otherwise the movie doesn't work. So
He's
that
the biggest name
probably
on the goddamn call sheet. কিছু করার নাই.
and
I don't know what this version of Max Lord will be like, but I feel like Pedro Pascal is a very good choice for Max Lord.
yeah, but Maxwell Lord in the comics, he's like a কেমন একটা Weasley টাইপের একটা ইয়ে না, he's like a sleazy একটা কেমন জানি একটা খাইস্টা বেটা. And I don't know if Pedro Pascal's too handsome and too charming for that character, but we'll see.
I mean, he's
আমার
supposed to be very charismatic, Emnete, right? Like he's a very
yeah, because
charismatic
no,
businessman who's very
well,
convincing to people.
the thing is, like in the comics, at some point he has mind controlling abilities, or he had something or the other. Like he mind controlled Superman,
Right,
and Wonder Woman was fighting Superman toe to toe, and to stop that, she had to basically snap his neck.
right.
So I think this is what Zack Snyder was building up to when he
Mhm,
started this shit. How many superheroes can I get to snap necks? And like Wonder Woman was also on the list.
mhm. If you
Does
says that most likely Maxwell Lord will be a Greek
Nah.
god or some sort of trickster god in this
Which
movie,
is interesting. Do we
could
have
be.
trickster gods in Greek mythology?
Uh,
Trickster
not
gods.
sure. I mean, like maybe one of the lesser
Is
gods,
Pan a trickster?
because
Huh.
they have a lot of
Pan is not
gods.
Pan is not a god. Pan is probably a demigod. We should really look
Mm.
that up. I don't remember like of the top 10 gods or Greek gods. I don't think there is one who's a trickster, like out and out like Loki.
Mm. Um,
Overall, what else did we notice? They steal a plane at some point. That's something that I noticed for some reason.
yeah,
And Wonder Woman actually can swing from clouds and lightning. I,
yeah.
মানে,
No,
I would.
I genuinely want to know the physics behind that. How are you swinging on lightning?
No, like Wonder Woman really wants to be Spider-Man.
Why can't
There's
she
two
fly?
signs.
Just let her fly.
like you know what
Oh my
that
God.
reminded me of. Remember, like in old school Spider-Man game গুলোতে আকাশের মধ্যে web মেরে swing করা যেত. He like swing from nothing. It's
Yeah.
exactly like that. Like I think it was Spider-Man 2, right? You had that fight with Green
No, no, no.
Goblin.
Spider-Man 2 is the good
One.
one. You're talking about one. You're talking about one.
No, which one was that? There was a fight with Green Goblin in mid-air and like on top of New York, and there were no buildings around.
I mean, it's probably the movie
Probably the movie one. You're talking about the movie
adaptation of
adaptation of one.
Spider-Man 1.
Yeah, probably that.
Or it
That
could
was
be the Electro game that was for PS1. That was
no, no,
also
no. It was
Spider-Man 2.
a movie tie-in. It was a movie tie-in.
Acha,
It was
acha.
either
Then,
Spider-Man one,
If it
yeah,
was a movie
Spider-Man
yeah.
tie-in,
one or
it's
two.
one. It's one. You're on one. Because
One or two. There was the Green Goblin
but then again,
fight.
the PC2 sucked. The 2 on PC was trash. You had to
Oh,
swing
right.
from like targets. There were like
Yeah,
Yeah.
targets.
yeah.
You had to aim at them and then swing. Like what the fuck was that? So bad.
On the other
One.
side, the PS2 version of Spider-Man 2 was like the
Amazing.
first
It
game
was
to have
amazing. It was
proper swinging
amazing.
physics.
Well, there was one where you had to like right trigger, left trigger, swing করার জন্য you had to alternate. I forgot which one that
I
one
don't
was.
remember which is.
That was a
But
good swinging
Spider-Man
mechanic.
2 was like how we got the swinging mechanics we have now. Like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was the first game to have
They
that.
basically Insomniac basically owned up to that. Jora bolche
Yeah,
we
yeah.
took that and then we refined that. So
There's a
yeah,
video on YouTube where like one of the programmers from Spider-Man 2 played the PS4 game and talked about what he feels about the swinging physics, and it was really a wholesome video. They
yeah. It's because ওদের work কে তো PUBG shoulders উপর দ্বারা Fortnite যেমনি build করা হয়েছে and stuff
yeah.
like that. So that happens in gaming all the time. So Wonder Woman, we're not looking forward to it. It's just a movie that I don't know, but personally it doesn't
I'll
excite
watch
me.
it.
I'll watch it, but it's not.
Yeah.
I didn't like one, so there's really low chance of me liking two.
Yeah,
And,
I didn't like one was a fine movie
No. One was
except
okay
for
until
the
the
final
last
act.
act.
Like
One
it
was
was
okay in acts 1 and 2. The last act was just garbage. The CGI battle
Yeah.
sucked. It made no sense. They were going a really good way and then they fucked it up. That's what happened.
Even then, even in one, it felt really slow. The pacing felt really off.
like
It was just
if it
boring.
wasn't for the final act, I would still think that it's just an okay movie. Like
Yeah.
it's the same as your cookie cutter MCU movie. Like nothing
Even
special,
yeah.
but it's not bad. But the
And
final act made it bad.
it's considered good right now only because of the fact that it's a good DC movie, right? Like it's not a
Yeah.
good movie; it's a good DC movie. Like comparatively, I enjoyed Aquaman a lot more. I actually think Aquaman's a pretty good movie.
It was okay. Yeah, I'm still okay with Aquaman. I didn't like it a lot.
I got
The
bored with
cringy
Aquaman,
dialogue
though. I got bored
really
with
got
Aquaman
into
as well.
like
No, I really
script.
enjoyed. I really
The
enjoyed
script and the
Aquaman.
cringy dialogue was weird, man.
Now you know Mama's an old person. Take us. The fact that like he enjoyed Aquaman means he's old. You're like, God damn.
No, I enjoyed
Yes,
Aquaman a
yes,
lot.
okay.
It's a fun, colorful, bright action poppy movie. I like it.
Okay, fuck Wonder Woman. No one cares. Let's talk about Gotham Knights.
Okay, Gotham Knights was the second thing. So I don't know why most people are every time they're going to talk about Gotham Knight they're bringing up two things. একটা হচ্ছে Avengers এর নকল করছে আর আরেকটা হচ্ছে Avengers is shit and that's in point one.
It's the same thing.
And
Same thing.
yeah, it's the same thing. And the other thing is there's no Batman in it. I mean, I haven't played all the Arkham games, but even I know that at the end of Night, right? He gets buried under rubble and shit like that, and his body's never recovered. And then he blows up.
Arkham Knight, Gotham Knights is the tie-in করতেছেন and the Gotham Knights are in a separate universe. Arkham
Yeah.
Knight universe এর মধ্যে হচ্ছে Suicide Squad.
Oh, acha, so it's separate. It's
Kill
not
the Justice
follow
League.
through.
Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is in the Arkhamverse. That's in the
Acha, so Gotham Knights is basically its own pocket universe.
own pocket universe. Yeah.
I mean, like
At least
Gotham
as far as we
Knights
know.
isn't meant to be anything new or unique or anything like that. It's not trying to be, and I think that's fine. Like
I'm
it
not-
looks like it might be a fun experience.
Look, I looked at the Avengers shit and the day minute one footage of that I saw, and I was never into it. This when we saw this last night, I was like, okay, yeah, I want to play this. Plus, it's not 4-player co-op; it's 2-player co-op.
It's two-player co-op. Yeah.
So that gives it a whole old school actor beat 'em up feel of
Yeah,
that.
dude, I got nostalgia vibes. There was this old Batman game. I think it was called Rise of Sinzu or something. It was
Yeah.
based on New Adventures.
New Adventures, a cell shaded game. That was
Yeah.
a pretty good game. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was on
I
PS.
loved that game.
Was it on
PS2?
PS2, right? That's like
PS2, yeah.
really old school.
Yeah, so this reminded me of that, and that just got me excited.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Gotham Knights. I think মানুষের দেখলাম অনেক সমস্যা with the RPG elements. I don't know why you have a problem with the RPG elements. RPG elements are fine. Anything with RPG elements gives me a sense of progression, and I like that. I mean, as long as the
Considering the type of game it is, RPG elements make sense. It's just a matter of how they implement it.
yeah, because none of these guys have powers. Like Avengers say, gear doesn't make sense unless you're Iron Man, and Iron Man doesn't go up beating up bad guys to get gear in comics or in canon. So it doesn't make sense. Hulk gear দিয়ে কি করবে? I mean, it doesn't improve him in any form, shape, or way. For the Gotham Knights or the Bat Family, it makes sense. Beating up bad guys, taking the tech and making their mayor tech better. That makes
Mhm.
sense to me. So that's pretty in a sense that if a game like that has to have RPG elements, it should be this. And also, we don't know if it's a games as a service. It could just be a single player game with a multiplayer component.
That's what they said. I think like you can play the whole game solo or co-op with your friends. Like
Yeah,
it's
so that's fine by me.
yeah.
That's a story-driven game with DLCs. I don't think it's
Hmm.
going to be Avengers and Moto. We have a 10-year plan, guys.
Yeah. I kind of wonder what Gotham City looks like without all the special effects. Like it seemed a bit unpopulated, and there
Yeah,
were
but it's
people, and I wonder if you can run them over.
it's.
Cause
Why do you care about running people over?
like what happens? Because
could
you know,
could you run
like,
people over in Arkham Knight?
Nah, nah.
they
There
did. There
aren't
weren't
people.
people.
The only people
There
on the
aren't
streets
people.
were thugs. You could fight. So when you do run them over, yeah, obviously you could run them over. They're thugs. You're fighting them. You can kind
Yeah.
of run them over, technically.
You could see civilians, but like I wonder what happens if you run them over. That's just I'm just curious.
Okay, okay.
FQ ভালো কথা বলছে. Deadshot was white in the Arkham games. How is he black in the new one? Yeah, that.
Was he? Huh.
Wait.
That
That was in
Right,
Arkham
right.
Origins. Nah, but that was in Arkham Origins, wasn't he?
No. Arkham City. There was a side mission.
yeah, he has a hood as well in that.
Hmm.
He wears a hood. I don't think is Deadshot at all white in continuity. Isn't he Spanish or something?
I think so.
Yeah,
Not
I,
sure.
I don't think he's white. What's his actual name? We'll talk about Suicide Squad when we get to Suicide Squad. So,
Yeah.
in conclusion, we are looking forward to Gotham Knights. I think it's going to be a fun game, and I always wanted a Bat Family game. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Even when I played the Batman games, I'm like, I wish I could play as Nightwing, or not like a mission.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can.
Arkham Knight
I
had
mean,
some
not like
good
just a mission or side quest. Like I
Yeah.
wanna play as Nightwing.
Mhm.
Or as a Bat Family. Bat Family as a team mission thing, it makes sense, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
All right, what was the next panel?
Next was the Sandman universe. Enter the Dream.
Oh yeah, I skipped that, so you guys talk about that. Or you guys
mean-
inform me what happened in that.
They didn't they just talked about the legacy of the
Of Sandman.
series and
They just talked
everything.
about
It
the
was
legacy of
just
Sandman. Like Neil Gaiman
yeah.
talked about how
It was just fun conversation,
Yeah.
but like nothing like
nothing
there no big
informative.
announcements
There was
or
nothing.
anything.
Yeah, there was no announcement.
What about the TV show?
Yeah,
They
kind
talked a
of
bit
did
about
mention They said how Gaiman's been doing it and how the difference is that it's set in the modern day instead of
Yeah.
being a period piece. That's basically the only bit of information we got.
So like it's loosely adapted from the comics. Like it's not going to be a straightforward adaptation.
Is
So
it,
they're
are they gonna adapt the whole 10 volumes? Naki, mane, is
probably not. Like
the
they
end?
just said that how in the comic book he gets captured around 1915 and then like gets free around 198 like late 1980s.
Yeah.
So instead of late 1980s, here he gets free in the modern day. So the story's like it's the same story, but thinking about how life is different now and how that would affect the story and the characters.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
basically what they
it,
said.
it doesn't really change most of it because being a
Yeah.
magic and fantasy story, but
Yeah.
like the thing about it is like there's a story with entirely most of it is set in Morpheus's past, right? So
Mm.
excuse me. So meeting Shakespeare and stuff like that, those things it doesn't affect being in modern day setting or not. But that's interesting. Modern, but I really hope they don't go the Moffat route and make it like Sherlock.
Mm.
Morpheus is texting. I don't want that. But
There were certain elements in Sandman that were very reflective of the culture back in the 80s. So people like a lot of the characters and how they act would be different.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's just modernization of something. But
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, like Morpheus can't act out of character. Like in Good Omens, Crawley starts using a laptop to look up stuff on Google. Like that just doesn't make sense for a story that's a period piece as well. So yeah, I ওই জিনিসগুলো না করলেই
Did you guys like watch American Gods? Like I only watched the first season, I think.
I watched I didn't watch the first season. I
The
mean,
way they did it was like it made sense and it really fit. Like how
well,
the gods are different because it's set in the modern era.
uh, more or less,
The
but
god being internet and whatnot, like shit like that. It
yeah,
made sense.
no, well, internet man basically talk in the book. Technology is a god, right?
Yeah,
So it doesn't matter which era you set in, whatever the
yeah,
technology is of that era is a god basically. So that
hmm,
made sense to me. That's fine. I
yeah,
mean, basically, I didn't see the whole thing through and through because I think I quit after the gay gin sex.
right.
I think that's the last episode I saw, and then I didn't go back for some reason. I was like
Yeah,
saving it up. Then I heard the guy showrunner. I forgot his name. The Hannibal guy.
right,
He left, and then I was like, yeah, I'm not interested anymore if he's not doing it.
right.
So I never went back. So
So I mean, the Netflix show could be good. They also talked extensively about their experiences doing the
audi-
audiobook. Yeah,
the
and
audiobook's actually
honestly,
pretty good.
yeah, I
I've,
definitely want to check it out. The cast is great. Damn.
it's really well done. If you go on like Audible, I think on Audible you get a
Yeah.
book free. The first book's
The,
free, so
there
that
was a fun bit of trivia. Like the guy who directed the audiobook, apparently he wanted to do Sandman way back in the 90s.
yeah, I know that story.
Yeah.
BBC did was like you just did Superman or Death of
Uh,
Superman. I think it did that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
just did Death of Superman, and we don't want to do superhero or comics anymore. Just let this one go. So off you go. And then he waited. They had to wait like 28 years to get it done.
Yeah.
And
But
even
yeah.
then, it was by Audible, which is a weird place to do it. But
Mhm.
it's really good. James McAvoy is actually Morpheus, and it's got Michael Sheen. I think it's got like a bunch of really. It's got Riaz Ahmed, I think, as well.
Yeah, Riz
Mane,
Ahmed.
there's like amazing actors in that, and I heard a fair bit of it. It's really good. Yeah, skip that. Yeah, skip that. This was the movie, man. This was oh god, but
They didn't even shoot it, and yeah, the flashback thing was pretty cringy.
Ezra Miller is the worst choice in a franchise full of bad choices. It's
Uh-huh.
like I mean I don't know how he's as a person, but from what I hear and read, he's not even a good person. So he's not a good person either. He's not a good actor. He's not a good person. I don't. I
Ah,
just
he is a good actor. I wouldn't say he's not a good actor.
nah,
There was this one movie. What was it called? Kevin. Yeah, we need to talk about Kevin. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he was
mm,
pretty good, like there, but I guess like the creepy kid kind of character suits him well.
because he is a creepy kid.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
He's
Ezra
pretty
Miller
good.
doesn't do it for
He's
me.
pretty
And
good.
then the director seemed really odd as well. Like I mean, nothing about that panel made sense. Like either কোনো idea in era flash ki nahi ki kota. I don't think they even have a script. They're just hiring
Yeah.
Batmen. They're just
Hmm.
they're just hiring Batman for some reason. They যত Batman পারতেছে সব
But
ভরতেছে
then
and
like Jai see like this movie is supposed to set up their multiverse, so that's how Affleck and Pattinson are gonna, like simultaneously exist.
I mean, I hope that it's a reboot and then we have a singular line because right now
Hmm.
what are we looking at? We're looking at the Batman, which is the Battinson in its
Yeah,
separate universe.
yeah.
You have the DCEU in its separate universe, and well,
I don't think they're gonna get rid of the DCEU.
I mean, where does Shazam fit in? Is Shazam in its own universe?
No, no,
Because
no,
it
no.
No, no, no.
Shazam was in the
It's in
mainstream DCU.
DCEU.
Shazam's in the mainstream DCU.
I
Like
think
okay,
Black Adam's gonna be as well.
like some of them will still be in the mainstream DCU, as in the
so
BVS universe, I guess.
Is Black Adam something? Black
Yeah.
Adam is part of Shazam's lore as well. Then
Yeah, yeah,
when
I think so.
he has
Yeah.
to show up. So okay, since it's Rock, he's getting a solo movie first. Okay,
Hmm.
that no, and they showed up the suit right, and the suit's apparently built by Batman. So is he this world's Spider-Man?
Who?
Flash's
What?
suit is built by Batman. The new suit
Yeah.
that they showed yesterday is built by
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
So
I
is
guess
it,
that's his role. That's
DCEU,
his role.
so
Yeah,
Ben
that's his role.
Affleck's
so
Batman
is
made it for him.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
guess that's
basically
so.
the Batfleck is Iron Man and he is Batman Junior in this with
I mean, that's fair. Like Barry, even like this version of Barry, I don't even know what his day job is. He's
Again,
probably
his
not
version
even a
of Barry
forensics.
isn't even Barry. It's Wally. It's not Barry.
Is it? It's Barry.
No.
I mean,
No, that's not what I mean. I mean the character. The character
as
as
a
Oh,
character.
yeah,
it doesn't
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like Barry at all.
No, it doesn't even feel like Wally
It
as
doesn't
well.
even feel like Wally. Wally is more serious than this.
This guy's weird, and look at the way he runs. Oh my
This
god!
is
Oh
this
yeah.
is Bart when he was a kid,
this is
but
Bart when he was a
physically
kid.
he's older.
I
No,
genuinely want to know who taught him to run. Like legit,
What?
who runs like that?
No,
Are
I'm
you throwing shit?
I'm absolutely sure that this guy, he was like, you know what? I want to run, but how would a guy who's running at light speed run? Nobody knows that, so I'm gonna put my
I'm
own
gonna
spin
fucking
on this
flail.
shit.
I'm gonna flail like an idiot and look like I'm throwing weird invisible knives at people while I'm
Like
running.
one of the
Idiot.
coolest things in comics is watching Flash run, right? So it's like one of the most iconic
Dude,
things is watching
even
Flash
the
run.
fucking CW TV show didn't fuck it up. I don't even hate that. Like it's okay. It's okay. The running is like it doesn't make me angry. It's not annoying. It's whatever. Do whatever the fuck you want. Take a say. But the movie Flash, oh my god. Mwah. My man can't run. My man has no idea how to run.
It's just odd, and the costume, it looks like a Green Lantern costume in red. So I don't know what that says about what the movie is gonna be like.
The costume makes a bold one because we just got concept art. Who cares? Maybe the finished product might be good.
Yeah, the concept
like
art for Green
The
Lantern looks pretty
movie,
good
I don't
as
know
well.
how the movie's gonna be, but like I will watch it because I want to see what they're.
It's a multiverse
Yeah.
movie. Of course we're gonna watch.
Hey Sakib, we don't have anything on Superman? No, nothing excepting the Superman animated movie that came out today. There's nothing in the DC.
Absolutely nothing.
They haven't
Nothing.
mentioned anything about
I
it.
don't think I mean Henry Cavill's busy working out and building PCs, so I don't know he's actually interested
He's
in.
also recording the second season of The Witcher. That's what he's doing right
Right.
now.
And he's playing Sherlock Holmes as well, so I don't.
so-
Holmes. Okay.
Considering
So-
how BVS and
So
JL
wait,
went,
he's
they're
Sherlock?
probably
Geralt and he's Superman. Nice.
Yeah. It's basically he's the RDJ version of DCU working.
uh-huh.
Yeah, but RDJ
Sherlock.
Sherlock.
Yeah, Sherlock, Iron Man, and Doctor Dolittle.
Doctor Dolittle. Yes. That was an iconic movie. Everyone watched that, right? But I mean the new one. I'm not shitting on the Eddie Murphy ones. Those were really good. Those were fun.
I hate the Eddie Murphy ones as well.
Nah, I
So
like
yeah,
the
the
movie.
Flash
That was
movie. Right now, we spoke to one of the actor. We spoke to they spoke to us. One of the actors spoke to us. The director spoke to us. The producer spoke to us, and a scriptwriter, a screenwriter spoke to us. That's the 4 people who spoke to us, and we saw some concept art. That's it. So we know nothing about this movie except Ben Affleck Batman is in it, and Michael Keaton Batman is in it. The rumor is WB is actually wooing George Clooney and Bale to be in it as well, but don't know how
What
that's
did
gonna
Val
pan out.
Kilmer do? Oh wait, he's fat.
He's fat. He has
He
throat
could be
cancer.
the fat Batman. He could be the fat throat cancer Batman.
He actually has real life throat cancer. You know,
Yes,
which
exactly. He already sounds like Batman.
he got a tracheotomy. I hope he's doing well. So, but yeah, so they're gonna probably bring in all the Batmans and Batmen and do a reboot with all the Bat. It's kind of like Into the Spider-Verse, but with Bat people and old guys. So, what was the next one?
The next one is Beyond Batman. That was the fun.
Oh, Beyond-
That was
hilarious.
Fun skit.
That was yeah, I loved it. I
And it was
loved
basically
it.
an ad for the right. It was basically an ad for the Blu-ray.
For Batman Beyond and Batman
Batman
60's
Beyond and Batman
Blue,
60.
Yeah.
like Blu-ray remaster.
Blu-ray, and the streaming service as well. I think they mentioned the
Right.
streaming service as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And basically, it was if you guys remember back when Batman turned 85 and Darwin Cook did like this little short where in Batman Beyond universe where all the Universal Batman show up in the cave and they fight, and the ending sequence is just all of them there and they go, I like these odds, and they both like crack their knuckles and get to it. So in continuation with that, basically, we found another Batman. This is Earth Ator Batman, and look at what he's doing. And they make fun of Joker's mustache and everything, and the clam, and they want Robin to die.
It's basically the Into the Spider-Verse post-credit scene, but expanded, I guess.
Yeah, and it was really,
Pretty much, yeah, which is good. It's good shit.
and
Yeah,
the
it
fact
was
that-
really funny. Like I really enjoyed it.
yeah, the fact that they got Will Friedle and Batman at the cave, naam bhul gaya.
Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy. I was saying Kevin Conway. Kevin, and I was like, I know that's wrong, so I was not saying it. Kevin Conroy and Will Friedle, they got both of them to come back to and reprise their roles. It just made
Uh-huh.
it very, very
It
awesome.
was really funny. I think it should be somewhere on YouTube. Someone probably re-uploaded it. So if you guys
Yeah, if
haven't
you guys
seen,
haven't seen it, really check it out. If you're into Batman or if you're into Batman Beyond and shit like that, you should really check that out as well.
Alright.
yeah.
Next was actually something good. The Suicide Squad movie panel. That was fun.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so Suicide Squad revealটা was weird to me in the sense because এতদিন পর্যন্ত আমরা জানতাম না কয়টা ক্যারেক্টার আছে and
Yeah.
আমরা জানতাম না কে কি প্লে করতেছে. I mean,
Yeah, because people have been speculating for months.
right? And so
Because, yeah.
it's of everything they showed last night, that's the movie I'm looking forward to the most. Suicide Squad is like, my jam. But my thing was, oh my god, James Gunn throwing shade at Marvel.
Oh
He was
man.
continuously throwing shade at Marvel. This is the biggest movie I've ever worked on.
It's the most fun. It's the most fun I've ever had working on a movie.
This is the greatest experience of my life. The studio was happy with it. Everybody was happy. I was like, what the fuck, man? We made you. Nobody knew who you were, you slither making motherfucker. We made you. And you turned out to be another Zack Snyder. So yeah, that James Gunn basically throwing shade at Marvel was not something I enjoyed, but I love the guy's direction. I've loved it ever since I saw Slither, which is one of my
He was
most
he's
favorite.
probably just a bit salty about like how they fired him and then got
Yeah,
got him
well,
back.
I
He
would be
now has
too,
a yeah.
but so
Yeah,
that's
valid beef.
okay.
Whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
Then we did not.
No,
watch
what I
the
liked,
next couple panels.
what looked good about
No,
Suicide
no.
Squad though is like not
I have
not
lots of
only
stuff
the
to talk.
actors, but like the actors and the director have good chemistry with each other. So
Yeah, they're all like basically what the common thing with James Gunn is basically he friends at least two of his or three of his friends in all his movies, which is his brother, which is Sean Gunn, who's playing
yeah.
Weasel. He brings James Rooker,
Michael
No,
who
it's good to see
Michael
that
Rooker.
like the whole cast seem to have a good relationship with each
Yeah,
other.
yeah, and that
Which
makes good
is-
movies.
yeah.
That's how movies work. It's why the Avengers movies work so well because they're all real life friends. I mean, they get tattoos together for fuck's sake. So
yeah,
they're
and it's
like,
why David Ayers one didn't work because
yeah, because they were sending condoms to each other, used
and
ones,
dead rats, right?
and dead rats, and dead
Uh-huh.
rats. I miss Jared Leto. I
Yeah.
miss him so
Everyone
much.
misses Jared Leto. His tattoos were so good. That was such a good Joker.
No, and the thing is, like, if you look at the character list as well, you got people like Idris Elba. Well, Idris Elba is a weird case. I was gonna say, yeah, serious actor like Idris Elba, but Idris Elba is a fucking DJ in real life. So,
Uh-huh.
So and the other thing is, I love the fact that Peter, the Doctor Peter guy. I forgot his full name.
Peter Capaldi.
Capaldi. Yeah, I was thinking Peter Macmillan. Who's Peter Macmillan? Why am I thinking
I have
Peter
no idea.
Macmillan?
I have no
Okay.
idea.
So Peter Capaldi is playing the Thinker, and that's cool as well. And the fact that these are like last time when we were talking, acha eta ke, oita ke, there are characters we don't know, and there are new characters that are not from DC Comics. Last time I was thinking TDK is basically a version of the Knockout, but he's not. TDK is a whole new character for this movie.
Hmm. Was
There is
there
no
ever a Ratcatcher 2? Or
Ratcatcher 1 chilo. There was a Ratcatcher 1 and this is his daughter, I think, and she's Ratcatcher 2, which means that that she's a legacy.
Yeah.
Like Batman and all those guys, she's a legacy, and that's amazing as well.
So they're not retconning the other movie or what? Like I'm not.
No, they're kind of going forward with Suicide Squad. Something happened, and this is the new Suicide Squad because they're keeping Rick Flag, they're keeping Amanda Waller, they're keeping.
It's a wartime movie, right? It's a wartime movie. It's like set in the 80s or some shit.
Wait,
No,
what?
no. They said it's
That-
like a
that's
like
the
Oh, it's
tone.
like an 80s. Oh,
yeah, the
that's
tone. Yeah, it's like an 80s
Yeah.
wartime movie with comedic sensibilities of James Gunn, basically.
Oh, that's good.
But it's not. It's a modern ass because the shit that they were using, the choppers and the vertical lift off planes and shit like that won't exist in the 80s. So that's the movie I'm looking forward to. Like this weird guy Flula, I think, and even
Yeah.
James Gunn is like he's the weirdest guy I ever met, and
Uh-huh.
that's the guy I'm most interested in for some reason. Like I looked up Javelin, right, and
Uh-huh.
in Wikipedia, and Javeliner by your first line, Javelin was an Olympic level athlete who decided to become a criminal for unknown reasons.
Uh-huh.
He was an Olympic athlete who decided to become a criminal for unknown reasons. I mean, that is one of the best bios for a villain I've ever read. And like, look at the all the other characters like this. Like FKU is saying basically that most of the characters are Z-listers. That's absolutely true, right? And like you have Weasel, who's just basically Spider-Man একটা villain ছিল না ওই যে
Rodent, right?
Vermin.
Vermin,
Yeah,
yeah.
Vermin, right?
Vermin.
So Weasel is basically Vermin, but more grimier and more dirtier, basically. And that's interesting to me in a way as well. Solsoria is basically what I think she is also related to Soria from the Suicide Squad comics. The thing that I'm not happy about is the fact that he's going full Ostrander, who basically invented or created Suicide Squad. I would have been happy if it had gone with the Gail Simone run. Because that had Catman and like all those other cool characters and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I wanted that tone in it. Because that's the tone they're going for. The original Suicide Squad did not have this comedic tone to it, where they fight with each other and all this. And all the shit is from Gail Simone's run, which was a very, very good run. I would highly recommend Gail Simone's Secret Six run. It's called Secret Six, but it is basically the Suicide Squad. So yeah, Suicide Squad is a movie that I think we're all looking forward to the most. It's something
It's
that's
definitely
really
gonna be a fun experience if nothing else.
yeah.
Definitely.
And
It has Nathan
as much
Fillion, I don't care. I'm gonna love it anyways.
as much as I hate GOTG2, I fucking hate that movie. I think James Gunn is a very competent director and he's good at doing group movies. And I think there's going to be a huge body count. Half this team is going to die. There's at least.
He mentioned it in
Kept
the
on saying, like, don't get attached.
He mentioned it in the behind the scenes bit that you shouldn't get attached to any of them.
Yeah, that's why he has this bigger cast.
Yeah,
he's going to kill half of them.
Murder most of them. That's fun.
Yeah, and then if it's like gory, over the top deaths, like that would be cool.
That would be fun.
I'm
Like, I
looking
want that.
forward to David however you pronounce his name, Polka Dot Man.
Oh, do you know what his power is though?
What is it?
Basically, he can take up the polka dots of his dress and make it into any kind of household item.
What the fuck?
So he can make like not a household item, like
He's
like
gonna throw toasters at people?
yeah, like a utility item. So he can make a chainsaw, or a circular saw, or a hammer, or stuff like that. I don't know if the chain.
Convenient and trash at the same time. Now, that is a good power, but it also sucks.
I mean, I don't know how they're gonna do that in the comic, in the movie, but that's an amazing power.
Yeah, like the guy playing him, like I feel like he's a very underrated comedy guy.
And I was expecting that when they were going to do that, John Cena thing, John Cena's Peacemaker, camera thing thakbe na. I was so expecting that it's just gonna be a chair there, and I was so disappointed when there was like, fucking John Cena in a
He's
three-piece
visible.
suit.
He's visible.
But
He did the thing,
Peacemaker, yeah, he did. Peacemaker is basically like, as John Cena said, a douchebag Captain America who actually kills people for peace. And he wants peace that badly. Like, he'll just kill people as long as to get it.
So Ultimate Cap.
Ultimate Cap. Do you think this A on my head stands for France? Cap. So
Anyway, so yeah, the Suicide Squad movie is actually going to be hype. And
wait, I haven't talked about my favorite character in favorite actor in Suicide Squad, Pete Davidson.
Oh,
right.
Like dude, I don't know. Like I couldn't dislike him even after I found out his best friend was Machine Gun Kelly. I still can't dislike the dude. He's just so chill. He's like if Rodro leveled up and was high all the time. That's what I feel like Pete Davidson is. Well, Pete Davidson had hair like Rodro as well at some point.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what he's like Rodro, the upgrade version, right? He's Fortnite Rodro, not PUBG Rodro. We have PUBG Rodro right now, so he's like Fortnite. So why do I keep using that analogy? PUBG is a better game than Fortnite, I think, isn't it?
No.
Have we ever played?
Objectively speaking,
Objectively, no.
Objectively, no.
Okay.
Like not even from a fandom thing. Like Fortnite is actually better, which is sad. That's not even a statement on how good Fortnite is. That's just a statement on how bad PUBG is.
No, I haven't played PUBG ever, so I don't know. I hope there are no Indians watching this stream, because otherwise we're gonna get murdered.
Oh my god.
So yeah, So Pete Davidson's playing Blackguard, and Blackguard in the comics was a guy who basically he would come up with this grand heist, and then he would talk himself out of it. So he never actually went on a heist. He just kept on making plans for it, and other people would take his plans and actually go and do the heist, and that's how he got caught as the planner. But in this one, I think he has guns and shit like that. So, and I think he can do energy shields and stuff like that as well.
Right.
So Pete Davidson, I love Pete Davidson. You know, if you guys haven't watched The King of Staten Island, it's a great movie. It's basically a movie about his own life. And I like Pete Davidson particularly because his father was killed during the 9/11 bombing. His father was a firefighter, and he was saving people when he died of smoke asphyxiation. And the first stand-up that I ever saw of Pete Davidson was making fun of that. So that is the first thing I ever saw of Pete Davidson. He was speaking about how his father died during 9/11, and he thinks his father is a hero. He has a tattoo of his father's badge on his hand and everything. But legit, he was making fun of that. And this guy, like the other special that I saw the other day, Pete Davidson making fun of his breakup with Ariana Grande. Dude, and that's brutal, right? Mane, eto brutal bhabe breakup ta hoise, and he's making fun of it, and it's amazing how well he handled it. And he keeps dating hot women regardless, so so good for him. So I really like Pete Davidson, and he's the second guy I'm looking forward the most in this movie. I hope he gets screen time. Okay, what was Suicide Squad?
Next.
Next.
Squad done. Next hoche BAWSE, females of color within the DC Universe panel. We did not see that. Legacy of the Bat panel. We did not see that. Chris Daughtry performance. Did not see that. The Joker.
Did not see that.
For like 2 minutes.
Did not see that. Jim
I
Lee
wonder-
portfolio. Did not see that.
Yeah, did not see that.
Surprise DC Comics
yeah.
was milestone.
Dude, Jim Lee portfolio, like it's something good in concept, but they only kept 10 minutes aside for it. So I was under the impression that he would go through multiple people's portfolios and
He just went through one guy, right?
It was just one guy.
And you know who that guy is? That guy is basically the art director for recently একটা স্ট্যাচু বাইর হয়েছিল না ওই যে ব্যাটম্যান অনেকগুলো ব্যাট ফ্যামিলি সব বাচ্চাগুলো ওর কাঁধের উপরে this like cool looking statue. I think Sadi Bhai sold it as well. There was a statue that came out. It was from some studio. I can't remember the name of the studio. He's the art director for the studio. He's Bangladeshi. His name is Hawk Rahman, I think, or something Hawk.
Oh wait, he's Bangladeshi?
Yeah. He spells it Hawk, Hawk, but it's Hak.
I don't remember his name. I just like remember Jim Lee talking about how his lighting's all over the place.
Yeah, he's not Bangladeshi born Bangladeshi, man. He's Bangladeshi, like American born Bangladeshi. But yeah, I found out about him when that statue came out, and I was looking into that statue. So that was.
I wish like he went through more stuff. That would have been a nice fan engagement. Like if he went through some fan stuff.
Yeah, but how long would you have watched like him going through other fans? Like an hour of Jim Lee saying, "You suck. You suck. You suck too. Okay, you're good, but I'm not hiring you."
They could have made a competition about it, and like
they
like top 10 artworks. Jim Lee talking about what he likes and what he doesn't
DC
like.
Fandome is not over though. It's in September. There's like 5 other islands, which is one of them is the fan island and stuff. So that has a lot of fan art shit. So we haven't talked about the other thing that people were looking at আজকে সকালবেলা. That girl from Bangladesh. Like I've seen like 5 posts like talking about that girl. Who is she? কে ছিল? কোথা থেকে আসছে? কেমনে আসছে? My God, guys, I mean, এত thirsty হওয়ার কিছু নাই. She's a girl who likes DC and asked a question. Get over it. Okay, yeah. Next,
surprise DC Comics panel is milestone. That's it.
Right.
None of us watched it properly.
It was. Yeah, these two things were very out of place. The Jim Lee thing and this thing was very out of place.
Yeah.
Considering the whole thing was about movies, basically.
It didn't make sense. But yeah. Next.
I'm Batman. The voices behind the cowl. Did not see that.
Absolutely sure Val Kilmer was not there.
Sure. Here's the next one. The next panel is the one that everyone was hyped for. The next panel is the one that everyone cares about. I'm sorry, we have to talk way more about this than required.
What?
The Snyder cut of Justice.
Oh, the Snyder nut. I have nutted after seeing the cut. Okay. The Snyder cut trailer actually got leaked, which was fucking hilarious as fuck. I remember BVS trailer when they got leaked, right?
Yeah. Technically, so did the Batman trailer, by the way. It got leaked an hour before it was shown.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. But yeah, the Justice League trailer got leaked, and everybody was like, "I'm gonna take a and then other guys were commenting on it, And the Forbes guy, the Forbes main reviewer guy, said something like it looks like the same movie with extra scenes, and he basically
I
like
mean, that
went all
is what
ham.
it is, right?
It is, but the story techie. Superman is dead.
Guys, what the fuck are you talking? It's a completely new movie. Take a say. Superman has a black suit. Are you fucking kidding me? That's a new. It's a fully separate movie. It's gonna end differently. The superheroes are gonna lose or some bullshit. Like I don't fucking know. Man. It's a different movie. Snyder did it.
I mean, the plot's still the same, right? Steppenwolf shows up, Justice League get together, Superman comes in a new tight black suit,
And
and
at
they
some
beat.
point, Darkseid shows up apparently.
Yeah, but
CGI
Darkseid shows.
Darkseid, yes.
But see that. Wait. Let me get. I'll get to Harambe's side in a bit. But Harambe's side shows up in that scene's in the actual movie as well. Like the Prothombar Jokon, Apocalypse shows up on Earth and fights all the 5 races of man, and they get beaten and they leave and shit like that. So in that scene, basically they show Harambe, and
Yeah.
I have few things to say. I actually have a lot of things to say. But number one thing, why is the Omega symbol a bone structure? Why is his rib cage like that? For some reason his rib cage is shaped like the Omega symbol. Okay, fine. He's
This is
young
Zack
Darkseid.
Snyder symbolizing things. Symbolism.
Zack Snyder is, and then plus his bare chested. I don't think anybody ever wanted to see a topless Darkseid. So that didn't make sense. And
You don't
I'm
know
not
people's
kink
tastes,
shaming.
Mama.
Yeah,
You don't know
I'm
people's
not.
tastes. Take a
I
sip.
shouldn't kink shame. I
You
shouldn't kink shame.
A topless Darkseid might be a turn on for many guys and girls and in betweens, right?
Okay. Why was the fucking trailer in 4:3 aspect ratio? Is this VHS or some shit?
Edge.
I mean, was him trying to make
But
sure
neither of
people
you
can
actually
watch it on
tuned in for
Instagram
the
properly?
panel, did you?
Huh?
Oh no, I just watched.
Why the fuck
I
would
just
I
watched
watch
the trailer
panel?
later.
Why the fuck
And
would I watch the
wait,
panel?
You don't want to
let
listen
me-
to
let-
Zack Snyder talking shit?
no,
Come on.
no.
Did you watch the panel, Rudro?
Yes.
Oh my
What did he say?
god!
What did he say? What did he say?
So he invited the people who started release the Snyder Cut movement, which was
So
well,
Bangalore
this
Olympic
random
ছিল।
Chinese
So Bangalore
girl.
Olympic ছিল।
নীল সামিউল ছিল।
Bangalore Olympic ছিল।
নীল সামিউল আর সুমিত তাহের ছিল না?
Nah.
Oh damn
It
it!
was this
Then he
random
did not.
Chinese girl.
He did not get the real people, man. He did not get the real people. The real
It was
guys
this
who started
random
this movement.
Chinese girl who felt very empowered when she saw VVS. So she was too emotionally connected to Snyder to not want to see JL.
To not see JL.
To not yeah.
To not see the Snyder Cut. No man,
Yeah, she kept saying I love you to Snyder,
dude,
which
the
was
Snyder Cut
weird.
just proves how far memeing has gone. ठीक है से a fucking meme on the internet, a fucking joke, hashtag release the Snyder Cut, pushed a $1 billion company into paying a nut job $30 million.
50,
For
He
right?
released the same movie
30.
again.
It's 30. The thing is,
30
he
million.
would. And the other funny part is basically they were saying like it's ready to be released. It's done. It's just ready to be released. Then why do you need a year and $30 million? If it was ready to be released, everybody was like, Aqua Momo was like,
It's
hey.
hidden. It's right there. It's in the back. Lucas.
Aqua Momo was like, hey, আমি তো
Yeah,
দেখছি
the whole
আমি
thing was that all the footage exists. There's just previs অনেক জায়গার VFX করা হয়নি, right? That
No,
was
they
what
said,
they were saying.
dude, Aqua Momo said,
It was
I've
complete.
seen
They
the
said it was
cut.
complete. They said it was complete.
I've seen the cut. It's complete. It's just ready to be released. And freaking Hack Snyder showed like cancer chobi, real cancer chobi dise. যেটার মধ্যে লেখা ZS director's cut Justice League, and he was like, and he actually captioned it something like, "Oh, you thought you did not exist? It does." And like, so if it existed,
That was
which
like
is a
a
lot
year
of,
ago, right? That was like last year. That was ages ago.
basically.
This whole thing pushed WB to let Zack Snyder do whatever the fuck he wants. So now he's making a 4-hour movie. He's adding shit that he was not originally wanting, he wouldn't
No.
be normally able to add.
He's just not going to leave anything on the cutting floor. Basically,
Yeah.
His movie is 214 minutes long, and the Whedon cut or the Justice League is 121 minutes, I think. So that was his 214 was the rough cut. That was a rough cut, and he actually had cut more content, about an hour and a half more content out of it. Now he's putting all that back in. So this is a 4-hour movie, which is a mini series, and it's going to be released part by part as well. Listen, I'm all for artistic freedom. There was a time when I defended Zack Snyder. I love Sucker Punch. I love 300. I'm not going to lie about those movies. I actually thought Watchmen was a pretty decent enough adaptation for a movie that cannot be adapted. I like Dawn of the Dead, the mall zombie movie. I think it's called Dawn of the Dead. I forgot the name. Yeah. I enjoyed that. Like I said, I like Sucker Punch. I like the animated movie he made as well. The Guardians of the Owls, or the Owls of the Guardian, or some shit like that. So like I said, I think he's a good visual director. But the problem is, ever since Man of Steel
I even liked, like, minus a few elements of it, I actually liked Man of Steel.
I like Man of Steel. To be very honest, the only problem I have with Man of Steel are two things. Kent. Jonathan Kent, the whole idea of his parents saying, you need to hide your powers and you can't show people your powers because that's not how he was raised. That's my number one problem. And my number two problem was, if he was going to snap Zod's neck, he would have snapped Zod's neck the first time he saw Zod. He was not going to wait till he couldn't save 4 people. After like 2 million people had died, he wasn't going to save 4 people and snap Zod's neck. He would have done it right away. So that's my only two problems. That because he wanted to make a disaster porn movie, that's why he made MOS like that. That's fine. Yeah. Man of Steel is a good movie. I'm not going to say it's a bad movie. It's a decent enough movie, which needs color grading. But my problem with BVS was, like, you guys know how I saw BVS, right? I don't know. I'm going to go to Zack Snyder rant now. You guys remember how I saw BVS? I paid a fucking projectionist to sit on a tool and watch BVS 2 days before the actual premiere in Bangladesh. On Tuesday, before it came out on Thursday, I paid a fucking projectionist to watch that movie in a fucking tool from the projectionist booth. That's how much I was looking forward to BVS. If you go back and check JCC and all the other shit, and when I'm talking about BVS, how much I loved that movie. I was like, this is a great movie, and Baltal, Shopkichu Joe's, except the Martha moment. That I did not understand. Okay, fine. And I still accepted it. Then I saw it the second time on a Thursday premiere before like 90% or 99% of the normal movie going public. I saw it on Thursday night. And then I saw it and I was like, this Martha moment shit doesn't really make sense. Why did Superman fly away from the court? Why was Lex Luthor peeing in a jar? Like, the question, the more you watch it, because the thing about Zack Snyder is, if you watch his movie once, and the fucking thing is, it's like the visuals and the spectacle. It'll like, oh my god, what am I seeing? Oh, this is so good. Ah! And then you watch it. And my problem with BVS was, I watched it like 5 times. And by the fifth...
It was the first time I was in a theater watching a movie, and I was like, when will this be over?
Oh no, man! I loved it the first 2 times. I think I watched it with Rafi as well. Rafi ki jamar the premiere gesi.
I think third time na kobe dekhchilam eksathai.
Right.
We were hyped.
And I loved it, dude. I'm telling you, the first 3 times I watched this movie, I absolutely loved it because I was still getting the visuals in, right? And the thing was, like, he does have like comic book nods in it. The whole thing about Infinite Earth and the nightmare part, and you're not thinking about it at that point. You're just going through the scenes.
The information. You're just processing the visual information. It's like, this is amazing, this is beautiful. And he does the whole beautification thing where all of his shots look a certain way, right?
Yeah, right. So, like, he's a moment director, right? This is the moment, this is the moment, this is the moment, this is the moment. And you're like, oh, these moments are good. But how are you getting from moment 1 to moment 2 to moment 3 to moment 4? He never actually thinks that through. And my problem is with this connecting stuff. So, by the 4th time or the 5th time that I saw that movie, and I was like, this guy has no idea on how to make a movie. He knows how to make music videos. He knows how to make cool-looking little ad spots, but he doesn't know how to actually make a movie. And let's see. So the thing was, I turned into a hypocrite because I was actually defending this movie when other people were hating on it. And then suddenly, it seems like I was the one hating on it, and that I had switched sides. And I was not. I just realized how a shit movie it was. It literally, and And the other thing is, if you're a comic book guy, you'll still get some of the reference. But
Yeah.
if you are a completely non-comic book guy and you're a complete guy who just watching this movie for having movie's sake, you wouldn't understand shit. What's going on? Why is Flash suddenly showing up in the middle of nowhere with a mustache that looks like he escaped from a Tijuana hooker bar, and talking about shit like she's the key. Who the fuck's the key? That would make sense to no one. But comic book guys will go, yeah, this is like a nod to Injustice or Crisis on Infinite Earths. The Supergirl's not here. He's talking about Lois. Shit like that. Or the fact that he has this Injustice flashback Vietnam nightmare shit. I think it's called what? The Nightmare?
Nightmare, yeah.
It's called Nightmare twice. And for some reason, the dark side decided, you know what? I need my symbol engraved on a big patch of land, and for some reason he went and did that. And it's just symbolism for symbolism's sake, And then all this.
This guy put Hallelujah in a trailer. I mean, of course,
Twice!
symbolism for symbolism.
Twice!
He did it twice. He put Hallelujah in a
And the
trailer
thing
twice!
is, no, actually twice, because it's in the movie as well. In Watchmen, when Silk Spectre, literally,
It was.
they're having sex, and
Hallelujah!
the flamethrower squirts, and exactly when the flamethrower squirts, which is symbolizing Night Owl coming, Hallelujah just peaks at that point, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So he's done it. He's so one note. He's so fucking one note that he used that
Listen
song
to other
twice.
songs, man.
And okay, and the thing is, I think he uses it Hallelujah when people are getting fucked. Like he used it in Watchmen when Silk Spectre was getting fucked, and he watched it in this when we are getting fucked. So. So basically, what he's doing is just he's so one note that and from that point, all this worship. He started thinking, he always had a big ego shit, right? Like, I remember when he was defending Sucker Punch back in the day, you guys don't get it. And at that point, I was like, yeah, true artist. No one gets it. I get it. It's probably because I saw Sucker Punch once. And I get it. Zach, I'm with you. Yeah, it's a movie about girl empowerment, how dreams have power, and dancing gives you power and shit like that. It's symbolism. And I was like, yeah, good movie. Yeah.
Feminist.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, nobody gets Zack Snyder. I get Zack Snyder. And now, he has let that shit get to his head so much. He thinks he's the second coming of fucking Coppola or some shit. And he's making symbolism movies that nobody gets. Look, I get it. In a concept, when you think about shit like, what would it be like if Superman existed in real life? And it's scary to think about something like that. Religion would fuck up. Science would fuck up. Everything goes out the window. Everything as a human race that we understand what humanity is about just goes out the window. We don't believe in gods anymore because we have a god walking amongst us. He never, he didn't go into that. He says he did, but he never actually did go into that. We never went into the fact that, we are suddenly like, oh shit, this is first contact. This is literally first contact. Aliens exist. That changes how the US government would have actually, viewed Superman. This has been done in comics, but again, he says he's done it with the whole court part and the army taking him, but eto gloss over kora, eto fake shit bhabe, because he's too busy to get to the next moment. He does not actually sit and think about his good ideas through. And the fact that Goyer is a shit writer as well. So Snyder Cut, should it exist? Hell yes, it should exist. It shows two things. One, that people can actually meme.
People can literally meme a $1 billion company into giving you shit. Because you can do it, guys. You can do it. Have faith. You want something? Go ham. Do a hashtag. You will get it eventually.
So, look, basically TikTokers troll Trump so badly, he had to ban TikTok in the US. Guys, trolling works. So trust me.
The internet is amazing.
The internet is amazing. And so that makes it so good that, the power of the internet, I am all for that. I understand it, and I love that it is actually possible. So good for you guys who wanted to Snyder.
Have never faced us united.
Yeah, the companies have never faced
the companies have never faced the fucking DC geeks united, right?
And the hilarious part of it, 80% of the guys who wanted Snyder Cut are gonna pirate it. They're not even gonna pay for it, you fucking cheapskates.
See, here's the
So
thing. I can pirate it with a clean fucking conscience because I never wanted it.
yeah, so I'm good. I'm good. I never wanted it to begin with, so I'm fine.
I paid for
So
BVS, right? We paid for BVS when we saw it. So,
right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But we didn't want this trash. I even paid for Justice League, like the first one. Like, when it
I
came
paid
out.
for. I saw Justice League is the only movie I've seen on three different countries. I've seen it in Bangladesh. I've seen it in Malaysia with Rudro. I've seen it in Myanmar. I've seen it in 3 different countries. That's how much I love that movie.
I actually really enjoyed Justice League.
No,
Not
Justice
as a
League
sequel
was
to
okay.
BVS, but
Again,
as a
it was okay.
mediocre episode
Of
of
Don't-
the
JL,
animated
of JLU, of
series.
JLU, yeah.
Don't say shit like that, or Zack Snyder's gonna show up on the stream and call us
Legit, he's
children.
gonna call us children. He's gonna fucking tell us like, why do you want Saturday cartoons, huh? Why do you want Saturday morning cartoons, huh? Don't bring
Because
that
they
shit up.
handled stories better than you ever did, motherfucker.
Have you seen a Saturday morning cartoon? They have writing. They have
So, yeah,
scripts. You fucking.
Like I was
retard.
saying,
Like it was a train wreck, but it was a fun train wreck.
yeah. So, like I was saying, it shows the power of the people in the internet. That's my number 1 point, and that's why it should exist. And the number 2 point is artistic integrity and artistic vision. No matter how crap it is, it should be allowed to be released. I mean, I don't know shit about making movies, but if I want to make a movie
Yeah.
tomorrow,
you should be allowed
I'll
to make it. You should be allowed to make it.
yeah.
No one
Well,
should
not
stop you.
allowed. I mean, that there should be a barrier to entry. But once you have gone
Yeah.
past the barrier to
Yeah.
entry, and you've given your
That's
heart and
literally
soul
called
into
gatekeeping.
something.
That's literally called gatekeeping.
Well, no. If I don't have talent and I want to make a movie, why would that's different, right? That's what I'm saying. I don't understand filmmaking. A corporation should not give me like $30 million to make filmmaking, except that's what it did in this case. But my point is that this guy is an artist. He's made movies. He has a track record, and we should allow him to let his vision come onto the screen.
Question though, is Snyder donating any of the money? I mean, he did literally get $30 million because of trolls on the internet, right?
He's just making the movie with it.
Yeah.
Fucking
So, but no, basically, so yeah, artistic integrity and the vision that should come out, it should come out. I believe in that. If I don't like it, I shouldn't be watching it. If I, that's completely on me.
Yeah, we're shitting on it, but that doesn't mean we didn't want it to come out.
Oh, yeah, but that's criticism. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah,
I am. If I hated it that much, I wouldn't watch it. But I wouldn't say that it shouldn't exist. I'm glad. Even if there's one guy in the world who wanted to see Zack Snyder's work, he should be allowed to see Zack Snyder's work.
Good for you, man. We're happy for you.
Yeah,
Man,
that,
we're losing viewers for talking about Zack Snyder too long.
okay. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, the Flash TV panel. No one cares. Black Adam. I don't want to. You guys talk about Black Adam, man. I just
Well,
remember seeing The Rock.
Black
and I
Adam's
didn't care.
Black
They
Adam's
didn't use
interesting
GSA. They didn't use
because
GSA.
Black Adam's an interesting character to me because I don't know if you guys have read World War III. He's such a good character but so underutilized. Rock playing him is a little bit problematic to me because
But Rock says that he's actually like a big fan of the character, and
no,
he's actually
Rock,
read shit.
no. Rock is the biggest con man the world has ever known.
Right.
He has conned his way in becoming the biggest or the highest paid action hero in the world, and with his flashy smile and big biceps and being a nice guy. But I personally believe that Rock is a pure con man. I mean, look at his contract. Or look at the beef he started with Vin Diesel. That was fucking Vin Diesel's franchise. He went in there, started a beef, got his own franchise out of it, and now he's like, it's my franchise, bitch. It's like, and that's who The Rock is. I mean, I think there is a thing in his contract that he cannot be punched more than 8 times in a movie. So that's the limit. He cannot be punched more than 8 times in a movie. So what kind of a diva does that? He's so concerned about his image that I honestly believe that he actually has a fake persona that he shows us.
I mean, that's
That's-
believable considering he's an actor.
That's
It makes sense.
probably most celebrities.
Again, also, yeah, that is definitely most celebrities.
Yeah.
Also, he's a wrestler, which means that he's even more used to living with a fake persona.
Yeah. But Rock does, like, he goes out of his way,
From what
right?
he said though, like that the story is supposed to explore Black Adam as an anti-hero and talk about his sense of justice and how unrelenting it is, shit like that. So it sounds cool in concept, and there's supposed to be a conflict with the JSA, which I'm kind of.
I mean, I don't know where they're going to start it because আমি যেটা দেখা বুঝলাম যে they're going to go with the original story where Iris dies and he's trapped. and then he's trapped for like whatever how many years. And when he's unleashed, it's the modern world, or at least the JSA time. And then he's fighting the JSA. And JSA was Atom Smasher, Hawkman, Dr. Fate, and who else? I don't remember. I remember Atom Smasher only. I remember
The Atom Smasher was the Noah Centineo. Right?
Yeah, him and Hawkman are definites. I don't know who else are in the JSA.
Dr. Fate.
And I would love
someone named Cyclone. I don't know who that is.
Yeah. Someone named Cyclone.
Red Cyclone.
No, just Cyclone.
No, just
Cyclone.
That's probably Red Cyclone.
Chick, right?
It was a girl.
Yeah, it was a girl.
Okay, then I don't know. I need to read JSA again. But
yeah, Cyclone is actually the granddaughter of the original Red Tornado. Okay.
Red Tornado.
She was created by Mark Waid in his JSA run.
JSA run. Acha, yeah, okay. That may I never read Mark Waid's JSA run. I only read Jeff Jones's. But what I'm interested about is Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate is one of my most favorite characters in DC comics. He was amazing in Young Justice. I loved how I don't give a fuck he was in Young Justice. Like, to that time, now you wear the helmet of your mind, bitch. And I love that shit about Naboo and Dr. Fate. And I really hope they
even love Dr. Fate's costume in fucking Smallville. Like,
yeah.
That was a cool costume. That was a cool costume.
And like, in terms of the visuals, Dr. Fate had the best visuals, like, back in the day, right? It was like a 2008 ass show. It's like, he was amazing. That was fucking beautiful.
Yeah, it was. It was. Black Adam, I'm looking forward to because Rocket makes an entertaining movie. I'll give him that.
We watched both the Jumanji movies. So
both Jumanji movies are like 5 out of 10 movies, but you have fun while you're watching it. So if he does the same thing with Black Adam, I mean, he's not gonna play Black Adam as a villain. He's not. Because Dwayne Johnson doesn't look at himself as a guy who plays villains, so he's not gonna play a villain. He's gonna be like, I'm a hero, but you just don't understand my methods.
He's gonna pull a Vegeta. Because and the second Shazam, he's gonna probably be helping Shazam or some bullshit like that. Because he's gonna team up.
Okay. What was Black Adam? We're looking forward to it. I hope Black Adam single-handedly keeping Boss Logic in business, which is good.
Alright. Next, CNN real life heroes, no one cares. Titans TV, no one cares. Aquaman panel, no one cares.
There was an Aquaman panel?
There was an Aquaman panel. They James Wan and they talked about the first movie basically, and they kind of like Momoa wasn't there. It was Patrick Wilson and James Wan.
Did they tease Aquaman 2?
Yeah. Of course, they were talking about the sequel. They were talking about the sequel.
James Wan, Aquaman 2.
James Wan said the sequel would be a bit more grounded, a bit more. No. It would still have the same flair, as in the overall plot would be more realistic.
If there are no, I want more Lovecraftian Cthulhu monsters running around.
I assume we're gonna get that as well, but maybe there's gonna be some politics or something.
You mean wait? If it's grounded, do you mean like we won't see as many
underwater?
I fucking hate both of you, right? No. Here's the thing. I let that go. I did not make that joke. I said the words that it's gonna be more grounded, that I didn't make the joke. Why do you have to make the joke? You don't need to make the joke. No one asked you to make the joke. Fuck you guys.
It needs to be done.
No. It's evil.
This is a sequel of Aquaman. It's Aquaman on land.
So wait. What's the
wait. Is Snyder Cut before Aquaman or after Aquaman?
I'm pretty sure
You mean
before.
the panel or the movie?
No, because the movie. See, in the movie, he meets Mera for the first time, so it's before Justice League. Because in Justice League, he actually knows Mera, and they have that scene, right? And he throws away all his shit, and it's like, I don't want to be Aquaman.
Yeah.
But he's wearing his previous costume. He's not wearing the same costume that he got at the end of Aquaman, or the trident that he got.
Wait, did he meet Mera for the first time in Aquaman?
Yeah.
None of it makes sense. Stop questioning it. None of it makes sense. It's fine.
It has to make sense.
It doesn't make sense. That's kind of
the Rock would be perfect as Lex Luthor. SKU, stop smoking shit. Rock would be perfect as Lex Luthor. Jesus fucking Christ. Rock. Actually, have you seen Ballers on HBO? Okay, I think you're onto something. You're onto something here.
Yeah. No, we're not going into this. It's already been an hour.
Okay.
We're moving on to the next ones. Ask Harley Quinn, no one cares. Wonder Woman 80th celebration panel, no one cares. Tomorrow's superhero, again, no one cares. Fuck you, Jim Lee. Shazam was not a bad panel, I guess.
Okay, let's just go through it fast. Shazam, we know that it's called Shazam 2 Fury of the Gods, and all of the original cast is returning.
And they have, for some reason, Sinbad's in it. I don't is Sinbad in it?
Yeah, what's the thing with Sinbad? Why is...
Amboli. So you know how there's this internet, there's the Mandela effect thing on the internet where people remember a movie which had Sinbad, like they basically confused Kazam and like a fake movie. So they literally brought Sinbad on to clear that up. That's it.
Okay.
He just talked about it. He talked about
that
the movie
makes
he was in and shit like that.
Man, everything we're talking about, I'm still thinking, Rock would actually make a pretty good Lex Luthor.
Oh my god, no one cares. Stop.
Okay, yeah.
By that logic, what's the name of the fucking porn star, the bald dude? He'd make a better
Johnny Sins. Ooh, Johnny Sins would make a pretty good Lex Luthor. That's the only role he hasn't played.
Yes, that's the only role he hasn't.
And he can actually play himself. He actually played both roles in the porn parody and in the actual movie. He can play Lex Luthor.
Of course he did. Alright. Tarpor, Wonder Woman 1984, the cast play Werewolf 1984, no one cares. Finally.
What is Werewolf 1984?
They played a game where they kept dying, no one cares.
Okay.
Then, actually important shit, Suicide Squad killed the Justice League.
Okay, Suicide... Wait, let me just rant.
But we know nothing about gameplay though, but the trailer was fun.
It's by Rocksteady. It's in the Arkham universe. It's a continuation of that story, and you have to kill. Well, if you haven't watched the trailer, go watch it. It's a hell of a trailer. And at the end, we find out why Superman was in the release poster. They have to kill all the Justice League members, as it says in the title.
They're brainwashed by Brainiac.
That's what I understand as well. And Superman is Alpha 1. And throughout the trailer, they keep asking, "Who's Alpha 1? Who's Alpha 1?"
That was really good. And then when they see Superman, they're like, "Oh, Superman, are you here to help us?" Like, wait, what?
And Boomerang goes, "Who? Did you figure out?"
Did you guys see the target?
And then the Boomerang goes back and hits Superman's head, and he goes, "King Shark, you shouldn't have done that." It's like, I love that trailer.
No, dude,
but I have
Rocksteady knows how to make games. Rocksteady makes fun-ass games.
I really hope this is like... from what I hear, or the leak said, that all the Justice League members are going to be like raid bosses. Mm-hmm. So it's like, 4-player, you have to work together to take them down, and all that shit.
Oh yeah, speaking of the 4-player, apparently you can switch characters seamlessly or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So because they want to give you the feel of playing as a team and not an individual, because that's something that Rocksteady really wanted to do. So that's interesting. Like, you can, even if you're playing alone and you have 3 bots with you, you can switch between the characters, I guess, mid combat or some shit.
Yeah, you could do that. That's like I think you could do that like even in the BioWare RPGs as well, or Inquisition and stuff like that. I think you could switch on the fly between your party like that.
You can do
so that's fun.
Yeah. But no, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun in this game.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to it, but I really hope it's not open world.
It's gonna be.
They said Metropolis is a 3rd character or a 5th character or whatever,
it's
and
gonna be open world. It's Rocksteady. They do sandboxes. Mm-hmm. It's fine. Even if it's open world, it'll be fine.
I mean, what do you mean open world? Is it open world like Arkham City or open world like GTA?
Arkham City.
That's fine. That's still a contained. That's still contained open world.
That's what they're gonna do. Yeah. That's what they do. And the other thing that was actually worth noting is that they mentioned each of the individual characters in this has a more varied and intense moveset than Batman in Arkham Knight. Take a say. Like, each of them individually is more dynamic.
It's still gonna be just press triangle when they try to attack you.
Shut up.
I mean,
just counter. Yes. Nah, sure. You can't always do that because you can't always do that against brutes or whatever. You need to attack. Anyways, doesn't matter. I'm not gonna try to defend a bunch of good games. They were good games. They were fun as fuck. I'm not.
Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. I mean, look. These both Gotham Knights and these are about teams that otherwise wouldn't exist and games that otherwise wouldn't exist, and I'm really looking forward.
Yeah, they're both. I love that they're both co-op experiences, right?
Yeah.
And the one good thing is, from what I don't know yet, but I think the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will not be a service game, right? We know Gotham Knights is, but Suicide Squad is gonna be like a contained single.
Yeah, because
contained game.
the other guy, the guy said that basically that Metropolis is a city that's a character. So I'm guessing Metropolis is all it is. So you cannot have a sustained game, just on one city,
Yeah,
unless they
exactly.
release,
Yeah.
Gotham or some shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna fight.
That's good. That's
And
good.
and the scenario is set up basically like that. It's a Brainiac is in Metropolis and it's controlling the Justice League. So you can't do this like a long form kind of thing, right?
But
And I
একটা জিনিস initially FKU যেটা বলছে, which is right, we still have no idea. So FKU mentioned that Arkham City তে Deadshot was white in the Arkham games, right? How is he
Yeah.
black now? And yeah,
This
I
is
looked it up. I legit looked it up. তখনই he wasn't white FKU. He was like, he was Caucasian, but he had like a mustache. He kind of looked Hispanic-ish, whatever. But yeah, he's black now, so no idea.
I mean,
No idea, no fucking
that's not a tan. That's a race change.
That's a really yeah, exactly. Wait, did he go through like racial plasticity? Remember the thing in South Park, like transracial. He's transracial, right?
But yeah, Harley Quinn doesn't look like any like, she looks. Can I say the word fatter about a woman on the internet? I don't know. Man, she looks healthier than she did in the Arkham games.
Nighter
Yeah.
pore this seems like natural. Like Nighter pore যেটা দেখছি, it seems natural. And even King Shark kind of has elements of his Arkham year. Like like you can see there's a remodel in terms of the characters.
I'm gonna call this now. King Shark is the new Groot.
King Shark is gonna be the new Groot. Okay.
I'm gonna call this now.
But
You'll see.
do you know what the best part of the Suicide Squad panel was? ঠিক আছে? It was watching Will Arnett interact with the 4 characters. I love Will Arnett, man.
I think he's
NPC
playing.
in the game. He's gonna be an NPC in the game, right? He said that. At least he
You,
wanted to.
you guys don't get. He's definitely voicing Batman.
He's voicing Batman. He's Lego Batman. He's
Definitely,
Lego Batman.
he's definitely voicing
We're
Batman.
gonna get Lego Batman in this. Alright, anyway, so Suicide Squad,
Okay.
Kill the Justice League, actually hype. Look forward to it. It's gonna be amazing. It's coming out in 2020. 2022.
Let's just-
2022. It's 2020 right
Let's
now.
just let's just get to the Batman and then just wrap this up.
The
So
last
that
thing we're
there's.
gonna talk about is
So that's the thing I haven't actually discussed with you guys as well.
Oh, হ্যাঁ, আমরা তো actually কথা বলি নাই। হ্যাঁ।
Yeah. So my thing with the Batman is I have a couple of things that I saw that reminded me of Nolan. Right away, it just reminds me of Nolan was like, that shot where with his car and the rocket exhaust at the back. That's a direct
Oh,
Nolan.
yeah, that's a direct Nolan shot. Yeah, that was in Begins
And-
and Night.
Yep. And then the much stairwell and Machkande, he's rising up, right?
That
That's a
again,
direct-
that's literally one of the scenes in it was in the factory,
they
the Fear
could
Gas factory.
Yeah. So in that his stairwell, so he drops down, and this
Yeah.
one is going up. Like there are a shit ton of Nolan ripoff shots. A
Would you
shit
call
ton.
them rip-offs or visual?
No.
like,
They're homages. They're
references?
homages, alright? I'm not gonna call them.
Whatever you want to call it, I'm gonna go with ripoff because Nolan doesn't copy anybody else. So Nolan's stuff is very original. So this guy, like even that shot on the side with the Batmobile crashing into something, that was a shot from the Batmobile. What was it called? The Tumbler on, or a side shot. I'd say it's not like a straight on shot. It's a very side off kilter shot. So that's a very Nolan shot. Nobody does that. He did that shot for Inception. He did that shot for Batman Begins. He did that shot for Batman, The Dark Knight. So that's a very Nolan shot, and you have the exact shot. It's a copy. It's not an homage. So that was the first that stood out to me. It was very how Nolan-y it is in terms of shot. I'm not saying vibe ta Nolan movie moto. I mean by shot dia bujhai ditesi je it's a very very Nolan-y type of জিনিস.
Yeah, fair.
The other thing that when the thing started is when Gordon showed up, I thought he was Lucius Fox because he's black.
Right.
So and then I was like,
That's
oh wait, he's
just your inherent racism. এটা আমাদের কিছু
Yeah,
করার নেই।
yeah.
Because that's just your problem.
yeah.
Like,
That's
we know he's been cast as Gordon for a while now.
I didn't. I didn't. The third thing that I thought was he's
You
gonna
think Andy Serkis was a monkey? Huh?
and it's is a at
Shut up.
home.
He's Alfred.
The other thing that I thought was he's gonna, when he takes off the helmet, Bucky. Sorry, not Bucky. What's his name? Robert Pattinson, or Bruce Wayne. So when Bruce Wayne takes off his helmet, I thought he was gonna start singing. My father took me into the city, but apparently that didn't happen. So my other question with that is, why the fuck not? Wouldn't you give Batman white shades like they have in the comics? You don't have to make them wear mascara. There কোনো দরকার নাই. Just give them white shades. That's it. It works perfectly. কোনো reasonই নাই চোখ দেখা যাওয়ার. কোনো reason নাই. but they keep on insisting with that. And the first time in any Batman movie, which is a good thing, they actually showed the drippage when you take the helmet off and what happens with the mascara on. So that's actually pretty thoughtful.
I mean, like the
Oh
white lens. I know that, like, I don't know. I can't complain about it honestly, because with when you
The
go
rest
for
of the suit is
grounded
pretty
tones like
insane.
this, like
yeah, but look, I mean,
constantly having a white lens, like how the Arkham games did it, where it only turns on when he goes detective mode or
that's
something
fine.
like that, and that
That's
makes
fine.
sense.
Look, this guy looks like a hobo Bruce Wayne, right? Like even the suit that he was wearing, that's cheaper than
I
most
like
suits.
the suit.
Dude, what
I
do you,
like
again?
I
Again,
like how he
how
looks
do
as
you
Bruce.
dislike the suit? The suit looks like an actual
Oh
piece
no
of
no,
armor.
he's
No,
talking
no,
about
no.
the Bruce Wayne
The
Oh,
suit.
do you mean
Bruce
Bruce
Wayne
Wayne's
suit.
suit? Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Right.
Oh,
The,
that
that
did look cheap. That did look cheap. Yeah.
that he looked like a hobo, and this guy, he's been, well, this is year 2, they said, right? He
Yeah.
doesn't look like he's been around the world and training and all that shit, and now he's doing this. That's the other thing. If he's been doing this for 2 years, he's got, like the boots he's wearing, this is a very year 1 vibe. The boots যেটা দেখাইলো, that could have been anyone. Then we're like, oh no, it's Batman. So that has that, he's still doing this, and he's still, starting out in this vibe, which is great. I'm all
Yeah.
for it. But again, this is a very grounded take on Batman, away from the whole. What Nolan did was, again, I'm bringing up Nolan because what Nolan did was, what if Batman existed in the real world? What if a billionaire wanted to be a superhero? What would happen? And that's why he had, he talked to Lucius Fox and got all the tech made, and he went off to train because he had the money. But this
Yeah.
guy, he looks like he's still not over his parents' death to go into that phase where he's actually training himself to be a weapon. Like, everybody's going on about the brutality scene where he like punches that guy, and then goes, I am vengeance. My thing with that guy is, Batman, no matter which Batman you're talking about, year 1, year 2, year 25, Batman wouldn't go down punching on that guy after that guy went down. See, Batman's about efficiency. That's the scary thing about Batman. He would take you out one shot.
I mean, it did look like an intimidation thing.
Yeah, but he would intimidate the other way. Bruce wouldn't just like, "Tora falaisi, aro kota ghusai loi." That's anger coming out, right? And that's what they're going for. I get it. Completely, I
Yeah,
get
yeah.
it. They're going for his angry young man, and his anger's coming out, and that's why he's punching them. But again, my point is I have just got to accept that this is not Bruce Wayne as we know Bruce Wayne. This is a different take on Bruce Wayne. And there's nothing that I really hated about the trailer. I'm just nitpicking right now. Overall, I'm really looking forward to it. It has a whole
No, it has an
seven.
actual noir. Yeah, it has a noir
Dude,
murder mystery
it
feel.
it,
It's gonna be
it,
so
it,
fun.
the best compliment I can ever give a movie is it reminds me of a David Fincher movie.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
like
it does remind me. Okay, yeah.
it
does have
fucking
that-
reminds
It
me
does
of a
have that
David
feel.
Fincher.
It does have that
And
feel. Yeah.
that's like the greatest compliment I can give to a modern movie, that it reminded me of David. And this reminded me of Seven and the girl with the dragon tattoo. And
Yeah.
it has that aesthetic, right? It has
I'm
the
just honestly really hyped for a grounded Riddler.
and the Riddler thing with whoever the guy that playing his Riddler is with
Paul
the
Dano. Paul
Paul
Dano
Dano,
is
Paul Dano.
awesome, man. Paul Dano's Joes.
and he's like with duct tape masked around, and that's creepy as fuck. And this is
It makes
based on,
sense because, like, Etanya, like, we've always seen Riddler not having a secret identity.
Yeah, because we
But
already knew
that's
who he
because
was.
we've already seen him
Yeah.
after he
Yeah.
was caught the first time.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
everyone
yeah.
knows his Edward Nigma.
But is he gonna be a Bruce Wayne employee in here as well? I don't know what they're gonna go with that. But the
Nah,
other
he
thing,
seems to have a political agenda here.
yeah, he seems like he's the vigilante as well. He's a
Yeah.
vigilante as well. The other thing is, like, what I would like to see from Nigma is like Jigsaw, right?
Mm.
Like the Saw movies are basically Riddler movies.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of, if they bring in that kind of intensity and that kind of scariness to Riddler, that's gonna be awesome as well.
Like,
And
just the voiceover gave me goosebumps, honestly.
and
Like,
the thing
oh,
is, what
man.
they did such a cool, creepy thing that
Yeah.
it was not Riddler doing the first voiceover; it
Yeah,
was Gordon doing.
It was Gordon. Yeah.
Gordon reading out what he actually wrote till the last line, which also rhymed, was Gordon asking Batman a question. That is this for you? and it rhymed. It was so cool. It was, and that's how you use a song. By the way, Zack Snyder, using Nirvana's song in that, it just was such a cool way to do this. And I don't know why a lot of people don't think that Colin Farrell was in the trailer. He's
Yeah,
fucking playing
we all
Penguin.
saw Penguin. We all saw Penguin.
They showed
Everyone
him.
just forgot that they cast Colin Farrell.
They showed him twice. Once at the dockyard and once in the car when he says, "That dude is crazy." That's Colin Farrell as well, doing the whole penguin stick, like talking like penguin with, and he's a bent, crooked nose, like Shamnadi. So that's Colin Farrell. So
Colin Farrell, like, Penguin looks good.
also, when I saw Black Catwoman, I just thought she was just a black woman, and then they said that was because she was stealing and
But
stuff.
Panele both said that most of these characters haven't really come into their aliases yet. So Selena Kyle is just starting out. She's not Catwoman specifically yet.
Oh, she's just a black woman then. Oh, okay, yeah, that
she's
makes
just
sense.
a thief.
She's a cat burglar who's just starting
She's
out.
on the hustle. She's on the hustle.
Yeah.
Without.
So I think that's gonna be interesting. Although I don't know. This is what's her name? Zoe something, right?
Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz. Kravitz's daughter.
She's good.
Yeah, I mean, I've only seen her in First Class. So I saw her in that TV show, Pretty Little Lies, The Pretty Big Lies.
Right.
But yeah, she's a pretty good actress. Big Little Lies. She's a pretty good decent actress.
Yeah, she's good.
So.
Oh,
And,
I didn't know she voiced Mary Jane Watson in Spider-Verse. Okay.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
right.
know
Yeah,
that.
she did that. Yes, she did that.
Apparently.
And so far I'm looking forward to it. I've accepted throughout this.
Oh, I remember
Also,
him
her
in Mad Max.
stepdad
He
is
was in
Jason
Mad Max.
Momoa. Her stepdad is Jason Momoa.
Yeah, our stepdad is Jason Momoa. Her
Dude,
actual
Fury Road
dad
and
is
She Looked.
Lenny
She was one
Kravitz.
of the girls in Fury Road.
Yeah, she was in Fury Road
Nice.
as well.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she was great on
Oh
Fury
yeah,
Road.
she was one of the 3 girls. Right. Okay.
So Batman, we are all looking forward.
I
We're
am
looking forward to
really
Batman.
hyped for Batman. I really like Matt Reeves' work.
Yeah,
Like, I haven't watched
love.
a single movie of his that I didn't like. Cloverfield was awesome.
Yeah, I like Cloverfield. At least the first one, not Cloverfield.
Yeah, the first
Lane
one
was
is.
trash.
Yeah. Okay,
Lane wasn't him.
Lane wasn't him.
Thank God.
Lane wasn't him, and Cloverfield 2 wasn't him. But okay, yeah, I like Cloverfield. Is innovative. I'll give it that. It's not a good movie. It's an innovative movie. That's fine. And obviously, the 3 Ape movies, they're brilliant. So yeah, Matt Reeves has a lot of my respect, and I really hope he does something of his own. And
like
so
the
far,
way he talked in the panel, he seems very passionate about this. Like, you can tell that he did the homework and he wants to do good.
yeah, well, this is based on Long Halloween, right? So that in itself, when you choose to adapt something that is closed off in itself, it's just a contained story, you do a much better job. So I really hope he does a good job with it. It's so far, yes, I have my grievances with emo Spider-Man 3 Batman, but Bruce Wayne, not Batman.
Pattinson's gonna do justice. Pattinson's a good actor. And again, the suit is very reminiscent of the Arkham Knight suit.
Yeah, I
Arkham
love
Knight
the
Batman
suit.
suit.
I already
so
broke down.
good.
I already broke down the suit in Thwip on a post, so I'm not gonna talk about this. The suit looks really good.
The
That's
suit looks
fine.
really fucking good. The suit looks really
Yeah,
fucking
it looks it. But I still have a problem with the cowl. That I think the forehead is just too big, like a dolphin. By the way, I has to say. So that if you pause it at certain frames, it looks really weird.
I mean, like,
but
it's gonna be a trilogy, so we will see him grow
Yeah.
as a character. We will see the suit
that's
get
my
better.
that's my only hope. That's my only hope. Not in terms of the suit. That my hope is he becomes into a Bruce Wayne that I can relate to a lot more than, because the idea of Bruce Wayne is the second best idea in comics in history, right? Because he's a child, he decides that to make himself, it's illogical, but he becomes a weapon to end crime. And there's a panel where Gordon says in one of the comics, why did you take on crime, or why did you decide to fight something as old as time? And he says, because I could. And that's what Batman is to me, not an emo guy, because he got over his parents' death pretty quickly. And that's why Nolan succeeded in that as well. Because the second Gordon gave him that coat, and he understood what heroism really meant, that's it. He was over it. He was like, no, this is what I'm doing next. This guy doesn't feel like he's still over his parents' death.
No,
I mean,
Nolan's Batman still had that moment where he wanted to kill Joe Chill, and that whole
That was the arc where he got over it. That was when he got over it.
But he got over it. That's what I'm trying to say. Within the first movie, he got over it. But like Abeta is still driving through his parents' graveyard to get to his Batcave. So he's still holding on to some shit, as we can tell. So I hope in the second or the third movie we see a little bit more of the playboy billionaire that angle, because I love the duality in Batman. Because
sure.
Uta hobe. I'm pretty sure uta na thaka would make no sense. Like,
No, that's the thing. Kalkan Udara bolteছিলাম তো with the hair, right? When we saw Bruce, I was like, dude, why is his hair like emo hair? Like when he's in the courtroom, right? That scene, Bruce always has slicked back hair.
right.
He always has very like well
even
combed.
Bale had emo kind of hair, kintu.
No. Bale had initially, right. Now Bale had
Initially.
emo hair when he came back when he did the Jiki Koi, when he was trying to shoot Joe Chill. He didn't have emo hair anytime he put on a suit. Whenever he put on a suit, he had his slick
No,
back.
but that at that time Bale was still learning to be Bruce Wayne as well as Batman. He didn't know what he was building Bruce Wayne in his head up as well. So
this is very much year one, but
It's
they
year
just
one,
don't
but it's
want
year
to
two.
do.
It's year one, but they don't want to do an origin.
They don't want to stick around for the origin story arc.
yeah, kind of like that.
It's the endings of the origin story. We're basically seeing the aftermath of the origin story. That's what it is.
This is Batman after like he's already faced random thugs and stuff, but now the actual rogues gallery is showing up.
Yeah,
So
like
now
we
he
have a
actually
scene where
has to learn to be Batman.
Dude, there's literally a scene where the Joker gang doesn't know who he is, right?
Yeah.
Is that the Joker gang though?
It was people with white makeup and red faces shaped like smiles, man.
Okay, wait, let me bring something up. Jerem noticed. You know who the best actor in the whole trailer was? In the Joker gang, there's a kid in the back.
The kid in the I was knew you were gonna say that. The kid in the back was like fully scared.
Dude, that kid
expression changes. The kid's expression just changes. Like, ooh.
He is such a good actor. I hope he gets work, because with just that one expression change, he was like, he sold that.
But the Joker gang thing makes me think one thing. Do you think this is the same universe as Arthur Fleck's Joker?
I mean, people are saying that it might be.
Karan Joker gang ase, so this isn't a Joker that Batman makes.
Yeah, this is Joker that has already been established, already there before Batman.
Yeah. So it could be that we see Arthur Fleck and this Batman.
Whatever. Either way, it's gonna be fun. Who cares?
I really hope not, because for the fucking first time, they're actually doing things like Riddler as a grounded serial killer type, clue-leaving villain is just stuff of dreams for me, man. That is just.
I don't think Joker is gonna be a focus until like maybe.
I really hope
they can do the second movie. Because Dark Knight.
Dude, I honestly hope they don't even go for Joker. Fucking go for Calendar Man. I don't. I'm okay with that. Just
if it is Arthur Fleck's Joker, it's possible that they'll never face each other. Maybe Arthur Fleck Moregas, it's his legacy. The Joker might just be a legacy.
That's fine. They just bring in a Joker too. I don't know. They bring Duella Dent. I don't care. But I really hope they don't do villains that have been done before. I don't want Ra's al Ghul. I don't want Joker. I don't want fucking Mr. Freeze. I want. And Arnold
We all want Mr. Freeze. Where is Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze?
Can you imagine if Arnold Schwarzenegger in this movie, if he shows up in the
eyes to see you,
and our this new Pattinson will be doing that like that the John Travolta meme, like what? So, that would be cool. But no, Batman, I'm really looking forward to.
Hype movie, man. Yeah. Also, before we go, I just wanted to বলতে চাচ্ছিলাম, this isn't related to DC. I just saw it on my newsfeed. You guys heard of Burn the Witch, right? The manga that Kubo's doing, in the Bleach universe based on witches. Yeah, it just got announced for an anime adaptation, and it's coming out I think in October or some shit. So which means we're technically getting a Bleach spin-off anime before we're getting the second season of Bleach.
Yes, I'm just happy that there's an anime and not to read the shit.
Yeah, Burn the Witch. So that's coming out. It like trailers and shit. By the way, it's coming out. Comes to Crunchyroll this October. Just for anyone.
Send me the trailer. Send me the trailer.
I'll send you the trailer.
All right, guys. Thank you for hanging with us for like about an hour and a half. Sorry we just ran too long and I kept on talking about Zack Snyder.
Sorry, we're stupid.
I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something of our point of views about what these things are. We're not DC haters as everybody claims to think. We have been talking about DC for 2 weeks straight now, so we're not. We are actually looking forward.
We love Flash. We love the Batman. I love Superman. Superman's so cool.
We love like a lot of things DC. Like we're looking forward to all these movies. We're not looking forward to Black Widow. Fuck, we're not looking forward to Eternals.
We're not looking forward to any Marvel movie.
We were talking. That's
and
what
Rudra
me and Rafi were talking
yeah,
about.
that
Like MCU's hype is
MCU's
dead.
done,
It's
MCU's done,
DC's
and we
turn.
killed
It's
it.
legit
And
DC's
now it's
turn now.
DC's turn. Now DC's
It's
gonna do their
DC
shit.
time.
DC's time.
Dude,
Marvel's
I'm looking forward to fucking Black Adam with
Dude,
Rock.
Black Adam, Shazam 2, even Aquaman 2. ठीक है से
Can-
Suicide Squad.
Dude, Rock Fast and the Furious से মানুষে ঘুষি মেরে ওয়াল দিয়ে পাঠায় দেয় as Black Adam. Do you think what is he going to do to people, man? That's crazy. I'm looking forward to Black Adam and JSA.
And
It's
JSA,
got
it's gonna be so
it's
fun.
fucking Fate. It's got fucking Atom Smash. It's gonna be so good. This is future if they don't, if they can stop themselves from firing people. Is looking bright right now. I'm gonna be honest. I'm looking forward to Shazam 2. I'm looking forward
They're
to
finally
Aquaman
doing
2.
the multiverse. Like this is what they should have been doing.
Yeah, exactly.
They
because
finally
that was
figured
their
out how to
shtick.
make it work.
That was
And the
their
other
shtick.
thing is, and the other thing is, they finally they are actually letting directors play out their own visions.
Mhm.
And even if it
Yeah,
goes
because
for
they
Zack,
realize they can do that because there's a multiverse.
yeah,
You can
so,
have different versions of the same characters existing.
like Marvel is so good at it. They basically homogenized it and still let the directors have their own vision. You know what a James Gunn movie, it's different from a Josh Whedon movie, even if
Yeah.
it's in the same thing. But DC gonna do that, so they should have done this. So now you have a Joker movie that is distinct flavor. You have a Batman movie that's a distinct director's take. You have a Suicide Squad that's a distinct director's take.
Shazam
And
movie.
as Shazam as director is a Shazam director Jerokum. That movie is a direct representation of him as well.
Yeah.
And as shit as it is, fucking Zack Snyder's getting to play out his vision as well.
It's
So
basically DC's
more
found their groove. DC's found their groove, and they should just go ham with it. Do whatever the fuck you want. It's gonna be fun, man.
that's the thing that DC never got to begin with. That their characters were strong enough to carry a franchise on their own. Marvel never had that. Marvel had to start.
The ones Marvel had, they sold off. They didn't own
exactly.
them anymore.
They only own the shit C-list characters.
Dude, who
So
cared about the Avengers before the movies? Who fucking gave a shit? Iron Man, no one cares.
Exactly. So they had to work in a whole concept of world building in that sense. So DC shouldn't have ever gone for it. You can have a Superman standalone movie and it will sell because it's a Superman standalone movie. He does not need to be chatting it up with Batman for it to work. And that's what DC is figuring out right now. And that's awesome.
Superman coming in Shazam was really nice.
That was a nice start. Yeah, that was a nice
I wasn't expecting
No one
it.
expected that. No one expected
so that was nice. But yeah, guys,
there is actually one Marvel movie I'm looking forward to. Raimi's Doctor Strange.
okay, but that we have seen nothing of that yet.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Like I'm looking forward to Multiverse of Madness on TV,
Yeah,
right?
we
I'm really looking forward to that as well. No, sorry.
Multiverse
That
Madness
Multiverse of Madness is the movie.
You're talking about what if?
WandaVision. I'm talking about WandaVision. WandaVision. Yeah, I'm looking forward to WandaVision as well. Anyways, guys, thank you for sticking with us for about 100 minutes or so. I hope you had fun. I hope you listened to our rambling on and could agree with some of it or disagree with some of it. That's all
It's
fine.
better if you disagree. You can shit on us. It's fine.
You can shit on us. And I hopefully will see you again next week, Saturday at 10 p.m. This is Thwip, and we're out of here. Thank you, guys.